ultimate boat burner, Dr. Sarah Madigan, the author of I Cannot Get This Wrong, wig lover, mom to Isaac and Finlay, leader of the Joy movement, clinical psychologist, transformational coach, and graduate of the Volcano School of Bizcraft and Coachery. Are you ready to come on, Sarah? Oh my God, special guest for you guys today. You're so excited. Here she comes.
So Dr. Sarah Madigan, she usually comes on a little bit later, but we decided to change it up a little bit today.
Yeah.
We decided to roll with the flow,
Guys,
bring her on
drum roll
early
in the chat
so she can give you a taste of what is coming. She's a graduate of the Volcano School of Bizcraft and Coachery, and she's going to tell you about her making her unbreakable vow to herself and how it changed her life. But what you get here is you get a front row seat to what it takes to change your life. You know, you think, oh,
hold on, you're muted.
You're muted. Oh, Kit and Rosie, it's easy for you. You know, anybody can do it. Look at this amazing house right here.
All right, here we go. Everybody give her a drum roll.
I heard Kit, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I heard Kit say, she always comes on a bit and then it freaking cut out and I'm desperate to know what he freaking said.
We usually bring you on a little later during the master.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You're usually like the cherry on top, but right now
true.
you're the main course.
Yeah, you're the
I know. I've got my own event in 15 minutes, guys. So I'm here and I'm kind of like squeezing this in before my event, but I'm absolutely thrilled to be here.
Oh, we're so
I hope you're all having an amazing challenge, which obviously you will be because it's such a brilliant challenge with these guys. I regularly message Kit and Rosie expressing gratitude. And I will do for the rest of my life, and I mean that. I will do for the rest of my life because these guys are really responsible more than anyone, and I've had lots of amazing mentors, but these guys are more responsible than anyone for showing me what was possible and for connecting me to a belief that I can just do things my way. I can be me. You know, I was a clinical psychologist. When I first came along and did this challenge, I signed up for it. It was Jane Mann was my friend. And I signed up for the challenge and I thought, oh, it's 29 quid. I might do it. I might not. And then I came along to the first masterclass thinking, oh, I don't know. I'll wait and see. And I'm sure that some of you in the audience will be feeling exactly the same. As soon as they started doing their thing, I was like, what the fuck is this? I am on board. And I fell in love immediately. They like talked really fast. They were so enthusiastic. They were wearing crazy clothes. And I was a new mom and I was like wearing clothes that I felt shit in. Hello, look at this scene. And they blew me away. I loved the challenge. I absolutely loved the challenge. But when I look back, it's very interesting thinking about making decisions, right? When I look back, before I did this work, before I went really deep with these guys, I wasn't super connected to my inner guidance system. So my soul knew right away that I was all in, that I loved them, that I'd been waiting my whole freaking life for them. That's how it felt. I literally said out loud when I saw them, at last. They were working in a way, they were being vulnerable. You know, I was a clinical psychologist in the National Health Service, and people are not vulnerable. This like medical model of, you know, we're the fixed professionals who, you know, have our shit together. Bullshit. And we're going to fix these people who don't have their shit together, which I just don't subscribe to that. And it was so wonderful seeing those guys be vulnerable about their stories and so inspiring. My soul, and some of you will feel this, your soul knows that you freaking want in, knows that you're in the perfect place, even if you've got lipstick on your teeth, knows that you want more, but your ego and your fear is trying to keep you small, right? So that's what happened to me. So my soul knew that I wanted more, but my ego was like, I don't need it. Well, firstly, I don't need it. I'm a clinical psychologist. I've done years of training. I don't need these two to teach me anything. I know it all. Which is so funny, right? Because obviously that's bullshit. But there was that kind of like ivory tower thing, which is embarrassing to admit. Also, I did not have the money. At the time, I was borrowing money to pay the freaking mortgage. Content warning, child loss. My husband and I lost our beautiful first child, Finlay. And I left the National Health Service. And yeah, like I say, I was literally borrowing money to pay the mortgage. And I did not have the money there. And it felt like such a large amount of money the way I thought about money and related to money, it's changed so much now. Like I made a 60 grand investment recently. I have people pay me 20 grand investments regularly. I've built a brand which has made like £1 million. And so, but back then, this amount of money felt terrifying. There's Lauren, I love Lauren. That amount of money felt utterly ridiculous. So there was like no way I was going to do it. No way. I checked these guys out on the website, obviously. I knew what the offers were. And you know, I 100% wanted it, but I was like, there's no way. I just can't do it. Anyway, thankfully, Finley, my firstborn, who visits me in the form of a butterfly regularly, kept me right. And I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But then I kept thinking about these guys. And every time I thought about them, a freaking butterfly appeared. Now, even though I wasn't as in tune with my inner guidance, like I just trust myself so much now since doing this work. I know what I want. I know how to make decisions. I know how I feel, but I didn't back then. Okay. But Finley kept me right and he guided me to these guys. And so I missed all of the freaking fast acting bonuses, which I'm still a bit devastated about that. I missed all of the fast acting bonuses, but I did sign up like the day before Bizcraft started. Bizcraft and Coachery will, another one of our favorite people, Rich Litvin, he talks about you can only take your clients as deep as you're willing to go. Bizcraft and Coachery takes you so deep on your own stuff. You can tell, I mean, you've had a few days of that. You don't need me to tell you. You're probably already blown away, right? And it took me so deep. It was stretchy. Now I'm, I've just ran an event in central Edinburgh with 100 people there at the weekend, right? It was brilliant. But at the time I had really bad social anxiety. And, it's just, it took me so deep on my own work. It was stretchy. It was challenging. I left my comfort zone again and again and again and again. And these guys, I'll tell you honestly, in terms of, I trusted in my worth and took that leap. And I had to borrow the money. And I knew, I was like, do you know what? And I did make a decision. And I remember the moment I made it. I was sitting in our old house on the sofa, actually where Finley died. I was sitting in the spot where Finley died. And I was like, I'm just going to do it. And for the first time in my life, I'm not going to run, like now, I never run things past anyone. Like my parents, why the fuck would I do that? I'm a 43-year-old woman. But at the time I ran decisions by people. Who does that? I bet you there's some guilty people in the house, right? Who like freaking act like they're not an adult and have to like ask everybody else what their thoughts are. Well, in this moment, my soul took over and I was like, I know what I want. Run it by my psychic. Okay, you can get away with that one. I knew what I wanted. And I was like, I'm freaking doing it. Okay. Now that decision paid off. I mean, obviously monetarily, I've built a very successful business, but it's not, the money's great and I can enjoy money, but it's actually like I am on the path to reach my full potential. At this point in time, I've met my full potential. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And the main thing, and I literally, we've got a house, we're living in a house of the sea view. I've just been at the beach with my boys. I've been manifesting this house of the sea view for absolutely ages. But the main thing was my crippling anxiety at the time, which I never thought I'd be free from. And it was these guys. I'd had years of therapy with very skilled therapists and it helped. But it was these two that really helped me. They were like, we only see your power. And I was trying to convince them, no, but I'm really anxious. And they were like, we don't even want to freaking coach you on it. We just see your power. And I was like, what? No one had ever seen me in the way that these guys saw me. Nobody. I'd never met anyone who saw the power in me like these guys saw it in me. And honestly, they helped me. Obviously, I'm going to feel anxious because I'm alive until the day I die, right? Hopefully, if I keep doing fun, exciting things. But they helped me completely release my shame about anxiety. They helped me love myself. They helped me deepen into self-compassion. And they completely freed me from my fear of anxiety, which ruled my life for decades and no more. And look what is possible. Look what's happened, since then. Me and Neil communicate in such compassionate ways most of the time, let's be honest. Not all of the time, but overall I'm really freaking proud of the communication that we model to our 6-year-old. We were lucky enough after Finley died to go on and have a healthy baby, Isaac, and he is delightful. I'm really into like soul stuff at the moment, and I asked him what he thought his soul was. I said to name his soul, I said to Neil, he's like a firecracker. And I didn't tell Isaac what I said, and I said, Isaac, if you had to name your soul, what would you name it? And he said, dynamite. And I was like, no freaking shit, you literally are dynamite. And I'd said firecracker, right? We just both know what his soul is, right? But I am here to say to you, right, you are literally blessed. You are lucky to have found yourself here. All of the circumstances that have led you to this point, it's miraculous that you're here right now, right? So many coincidences or synchronicities have led you to here. Freaking, you are lucky that they are going to make you this offer tonight. It's absolute gold, and it will transform your freaking life. You will meet people that you'll fall in love with, that you'll stay in contact with. You will heal so much. And potentially, you know, you could go on to build an insanely successful business and make all your dreams come true. We're literally in this beautiful 5-bedroom house with a sea view. And it felt, I can't express how far that felt for me. I remember the first time a client paid me £800. Like I've said, but clients pay me 20 grand now. But £800, the first time that £800 popped into my PayPal, I nearly had a heart attack. I was so excited. And I'm still grateful for £800. I'm very, very grateful for all of it. But it's just amazing, like, how much you could grow. But yeah, we ended up with this house. We've been here over a year now, and we actually scattered Finley's ashes in the sea a year ago, actually, probably like about a year ago to the day. And so every time we look at that sea view and watch the waves crashing up against the rock, I feel so connected to my mission and my vision, which is to spread love and joy in Finley's memory. But I cannot emphasize how important these guys are in terms of what they model to me, in terms of what was possible, and their love for me, and how that helped me love myself. So Kit and Rosie, thank you so much. I will be popping up and saying thank you for the rest of my life. And don't freaking hesitate, guys, to make that decision. And like Kit and Rosie say, you make a decision and you just make it work. You know, you just have to bet on yourself and trust that you're worthy, and you have to back yourself. No one else is going to freaking do it for you. You have to make a decision, leap, trust the universe, but trust yourself. You know, you can do it. Go for it.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're so welcome, guys. I'm going to hop off for my
Have
meeting.
a great call. Love you. Talk to you soon.
Bye, bye, bye.
Wow.
Aww. Oh my God, you guys.